I do figure it was only fitting to follow up what was a recording with AEW talent with a recording with WWE talent, because this news video is focused on WWE and the fact that we started it off last time with house shows, and it's only fitting that we started off this time with house shows as well, because the WWE house shows last night were a logistical mess due to weather issues. And I think WWE is not the only one dealing with weather. If you are still dealing with poor weather, please be safe and write it out, because if there's anything we know, it's that Mother Nature can be unpredictable sometimes, and Jonah should sue Apollo Crews for doing his finishing move. But with that being said, it was that I believe off the top of my head, Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, and Becky Lynch all missed the show in Columbus, Ohio because of flight delays. And there were talent that missed the show in Madison Square Garden as well. Or no, I apologize. I believe, was it Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, and Becky Lynch were among the talent that missed. I don't remember which show they missed. I believe it was... Yeah, it was Columbus, Ohio. And the SmackDown show also dealt with... The Raw show was in Columbus. The SmackDown show was in Madison Square Garden. And the SmackDown show dealt with changes because the initial plan for the main event of the SmackDown show was not a tag team match. And I know offhand that it was Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens against the Usos. The initial plan was, I believe, an 8-man tag, but that changed when Drew McIntyre got injured. And also that flights being delayed, poor weather. It was just a logistical mess, not a logistical mess. A logistical mess from a proper standpoint, with a lot of talent not being there and a lot of changes being made to the card because of the talent that wasn't there. So if you were there last night, I'm sure WWE is upset with how things went, but I hope you enjoyed the holiday tour from WWE. And also, again, like I said, if you guys are dealing with extreme weather, please be safe and ride it out, because Mother Nature can be unpredictable sometimes. And what could be, -3 one day could be 45 the next. I also just want to say please be cautious if you are dealing with extreme weather, and don't take unnecessary risks, because when they warn you to not go outside, it's not just because they're trying to be mean. They're legitimately warning you to protect yourself, to stay where it's heated and not, where it's cold. From out of nowhere. Also, on last night's episode of Raw, which was a best of series but also featured some video packages or video interviews with the likes of Sami Zayn, Bianca Belair, Cody Rhodes, and Drew McIntyre. McIntyre did let us know that, again, he anticipates being back very, 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 very soon, and would be back if the doctors weren't the ones keeping him out of the ring. But again, it was precautionary purposes. It's for precautionary purposes that McIntyre still remains on the shelf. But the other person that was a part of the video interviews was Cody Rhodes. And Cody did not specify anything as far as his return. But what he did say is that his main focus for when he returns is the WWE Championship. The main focus for Cody when he returns is the WWE title. And it isn't Seth Rollins, it isn't Drew McIntyre, it is getting that title around his waist and becoming WWE Champion. That is what Cody wants. That is what Cody's going to get. Because if we've seen anything, there is nothing that points us to it more to say that Cody Rhodes will not do what he wants to do, and nothing can stop him, because you're talking about somebody who wrestled a Hell in a Cell match, and one of, in my opinion, the matches of the year, with Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell back in June, and went through the match with a fully torn pectoral muscle. So if that doesn't put Cody in the conversation for not only the WWE Championship, but more than that, maybe some awards during award season. I mean, with the year that Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose have had, John Moxley, with the year that certain talent have had, it would be hard to include him in the conversation, but there's got to be at least a discussion that some parts of what Cody did should be remembered. Especially going into 2023, where the expectation is that Cody will be WWE Champion at some point or by the end of 2023, which is absolutely insane, and I'm sure it's something that a lot of people didn't think would ever happen. But it will. And, of course, the last thing to talk about is the one thing that has been the subject of conversation for a long time throughout the year, and that is, or the last bit of the year, I should say, the subject of conversation for the last bit of the year, and that is Great Muta's final bye-bye, which will take place in January 2023. And the likes of Sting and Shinsuke Nakamura will be a part of the broadcast in January in some form or fashion, with Sting teaming up with teaming up with the Great Muta at one of the events, and Shinsuke Nakamura, actually a WWE contracted employee, will be going off to Pro Wrestling Noah to compete for his first time in many, many years in Pro Wrestling Noah, and will also have a part in the final bye-bye for an absolute wrestling icon in the Great Muta. The fact that Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be competing at Great Muta's final bye-bye tour, or on the tour, I should say, is absolutely insane in my opinion, because it is something that even Shinsuke said. Shinsuke said in an interview that it would have never happened under the previous regime, and he is happy that it had the opportunity to actually take place, because he wanted it to happen. He went to Vince and asked if he could participate in the final bye-bye in Great Muta's retirement tour, and he was denied when Vince was still in power, but it was accepted once the power structure changed, and he was dumbfounded by how everything changes in America when the power structure changes. But the fact of the matter is, either way, Shinsuke Nakamura will be fighting the Great Muta as a part of the Great Muta's final bye-bye tour. And Shinsuke Nakamura works for WWE. And this match with Shinsuke Nakamura and the Great Muta actually takes place at Budokan Hall. Pro Wrestling Noah's The New Year 2023 event on January the 1st. So, if you thought January 4th was the first day that you're going to see wrestling worth watching in 2023, you were dead wrong, because Noah's going to start it off hot with the first of Great Muta's retirement tour on January the 1st at Budokan Hall, when Great Muta fights Shinsuke Nakamura. Either way, though, this is me signing off, so do not forget to ding dong that notification bell before you go, and I will see you in the next one.